wrestling.
It's true.
Seth and I watched, with our great friend Eith Sugarman, we watched WrestleMania on Zoom together during COVID.
Yeah. It was really nice, actually. I did not think anybody was going to have any good feels that whole weekend. And I was like, I don't even know if I want to join this Zoom. It says Zoom, how good can WrestleMania on Zoom be? And then it was a bunch of guys who were all just like, on Zoom, we see each other's faces in the box. We're like, who's your favorite? Who's your heel turn? What? It was great.
Who's your favorite wrestler of all time?
Piper. Roddy Piper.
Rowdy Piper.
Rowdy Piper.
I actually want to do something.
Is that a surprise?
Yes, that's a surprise. I mean, Piper's awesome.
The guy voted most likely to sweep Vince McMahon's right out from under him.
I want to do a popularity wrestling contest. If this is your favorite wrestler, I want you to make some noise. Here we go. Hulk Hogan. The Undertaker.
Yes.
Macho Man, Randy.
Fuck with Macho Man too.
Andre the Giant.
Oh.
The Rock.
Yes.
Stone Cold.
Yep. That's an ice cold one.
The Ultimate Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior, yes!
All right,
There we go.
Back to where you're going. Little sidetrack to some wrestling shit at DCon.
I gotta say, it is really exciting and encouraging to come here and get to know these fans and enthusiasts in person. I've been going to Comic-Con in San Diego for over 20 years, and that whole thing exploded because so many people all around the world, male, female, doesn't matter, color, race, gender, religious proclivity, doesn't matter. Everybody's like, I love Superman, I love Batman, I love the Smurfs, I love Gem and the Holograms, like whatever it is that you love. You go to San Diego and meet a bunch of people, and they're like, I love that too. So this last year has been pretty crazy with the convergence of the commodification of NFT as a certificate of authenticity, and then all this explosion of artists and ideas and creative energy and individual creative passion towards a centralized intellectual property that's never happened before. It's a really exciting moment. The way that I'm trying to explain it to people is like, people say, oh, NFT is a scam, NFT is this or that. And NFT is as broad a noun as automobile. And so, you know, there's millions of different kinds of cars, and this Chevy's not the same as this GM, and this 4-wheel's not the same as this 8-wheel. So we're gonna see a lot of different kinds of automobiles in the next couple of years. Some of them are gonna be lemons. But
Most will be lemons.
that's not, I believe that statistic. But one of them is going to be the Smurfs, you know? Is it dead, fellas? Are you a holder of Papa Smurf right now? Like, are you in a position to create your own Smurfette out of one of the B-Friends? I don't know what it is, but that's because a developer like Gary already has a big picture plan to make B-Friends into something that rivals.
Well, because it's a game of and. I'm in love with Creative Commons. I think it's profound. It's the coolest. It's phenomenal. I continue. I've become. I read obviously so many messages and tweets and replies, and I'm really falling in love with this concept of and versus or. I've really started to understand how much or is a problem. This and thing is awesome. Like, Creative Commons is incredible, but there are people in here who've been thinking about a world for a long time that would just like really like to, like, I really want to develop the hard pick. I need it.
You know what I really found? Look, the quarantine is terrible. Right? We are meant to commune with each other. We are meant to gather. We are meant to find commonality, find shared ideas that we can celebrate and bond about. That's the human experience. And so I think the rise of enthusiasm around all these projects is as simple as that. When I was at your opening festival, I saw 9 or 10,000 people, and some of them were like, I love World of Women. And they're like, oh my gosh, I'm a Sad Girls person. So that's what this moment is about. And I really appreciate the and rather than or. And to that end, I brought a trailer.
Would you like to see the trailer?
Chill.
I'll give you just a little bit of context. You know, I love making entertainment, and I've been seeing this whole NFT concept as a brand new crop of characters, stories, mythology, and I always love the opportunity for a shared experience. And so rather than focusing on any single collection, apes or mutants or anything, I wanted to make something that felt inclusive, that felt like anybody could play, anybody could come. Doesn't matter what you look like, it only matters your attitude. And so we've cut this trailer for our show. What do you think? Why don't we just show them?
Let's show them.
All right, guys. This is the first look anyone in the world will have at the White Horse Tavern.
White Horse Tavern.
This is not going the way that I planned.
Hey, Gary! How are you?
I'm just saying, they'll do their part maybe tonight.
I kind of want that rose.
Don't take the rose, sweet.
I'm taking my break.
What? Oi!
Can I open up to you?
Of course. Don't do that to your friends.
You just put that on somebody who's not being paid.
They're about one GMT away from a screaming match. Now those two are doomed.
Want me to rough him up? I am the only gay guy in my ballet class to make a fist.
We need a festival. A festival for people who do not depend on anyone else.
You're never in a relationship.
Yeah, I like it that way. If I don't come in Monday, pick me up at the ICU.
Yeah, no, that's...
Nah, don't take it. I was just being polite.
White Horse Tavern. Alright. I have no idea.
I mean, is this what we're in store for? Will we be seeing more content like this? Do you think NFT land is bringing scaled Roger Rabbit-like vibe? When I see that, I'm like, oh, that was the first time I saw stuff like that.
I think it's up to the creators, and that's kind of the amazing freedom of this space, is that you are able to contribute your own unique identity within a larger determined collective, a place that's already safe, a place that already feels like a family, like a community. You know, the best examples of it are how everyone responds and treats each other. And this is really this critical inflection point as this whole thing stretches to become mainstream, is how we, as the early adopters, govern the space. How what we say will be the rules by which we all collaborate with each other. You know, there's a ton of scammers and tricksters and thieves in this space, and it's tough, guys, because all the things that the concept of decentralized economics are great for also make it very easy to rip people off. So the more enthusiasm there is, the more energy there is around this space and money that gets poured into it, the more people are going to try and steal from you or scam you. And I think it's critical for us to push back for not relations, but controls and safeguards and even protections, just to keep your things from being, I'm sure everybody heard, I had a few assets stolen straight from my wallet. And the thing that was encouraging was when I went public with it, how many people approached me and said, we gotta do something about this. I've had this happen to me. I had something I bought for $250 turned into something with $500,000, and now it's gone. that doesn't quite seem fair. The interesting thing that we're getting into is the way intellectual property usage and rights exploitation allowance is going to be determined. Like, for example, I bought that amp in July 21 and have spent the last several months developing and exploiting the IP to make it into the star of this show. And then days before, his name is Fred, by the way. Days before he said to make his world debut, he's literally kidnapped. We were talking about the production, we're like, this story is gonna be mythological. This poor guy.
He's ready?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
Oh, his name is Fred Simeon. He's got an Instagram. You can go look him up.
That makes it official.
But it is really interesting because I'm already into it with the best authorities that you could get. I've got the means to be able to chase this a little bit. You know, the blockchain's immutable. You can see exactly where everything is. It's the matter of whether that where it is a person, is some foreign financial conglomerate, is some massive scam house somewhere. We'll figure it out. I have top men on the job.
Please promise us that if it's some scam house, that you film them breaking into the scam house, because I just want to see that footage.
I think everybody does, and that's the fun part is, look, guys, if there's a door to kick in, I can promise you I'm going to kick the door in for us.
So let me bounce around for a few seconds. Talk to me about creativity, because I want to talk about that a lot at this conference. You know, you talk to me about being a producer. You know, obviously you started, I assume, correct me if I'm wrong, in the path of Hollywood acting, and then you go into creating the stories, or producing them, or putting the teams together. A lot of people here may leave this weekend inspired to say, I love Be Friends, I love Women in Weapons, I love this. You know what? I might want to do something for myself. I might want to try something. You know, to give everybody maybe another perspective of how to start that journey. How do you think about storytelling or the creation of a new world?
I think this is why you and I get along so well, Gary, is because I turned off that switch a long time ago that really lets the thought of like, you suck, you're gonna fail, everyone hates you, they think you're stupid, everyone can see your penis, what? You know what I mean? Whatever version of that's in your head saying, don't do it, you can't do it. That's bullshit. It's bullshit. That is a false narrative that no one else is thinking except you in your head. And it can
say that line one more time, quite loud.
That is a false narrative that no one else is thinking except for you. And so if you can shift that.
Seth, say that line one more time, please. I did not hear you.
You know, the truth is that
No. I'm serious. Please, you can do me this favor. I'll do you a favor later.
The notion that you are destined to fail and are not good enough is a false narrative exclusive to your own head.
Let's clap that. And I may add, and I will add, that somebody put that in your head. Very often, another insecure, unhappy person, very often, unfortunately, one of the two parents that you were around the majority of your childhood, and I have empathy for those parents because somebody put that into their head, but you have the chance to break the pattern if you heard what this man said 3 times in a row.
Can we hear it 2 more times?
I don't think enough people are clapping, please. Everything gets different. Everything gets different. does say to you, that idea sucks, they fucking suck. They're hurting at that moment. Deploy empathy for them. They're not in the best place.
Oh my
You were
God.
saying, Seth?
This is such a good point. So the fun thing is about going public with a theft is social media, it's a private company that should be able to regulate its users under basic private company policy, but it's sort of, everyone pretends that it's free speech as if it's a public forum. But when I said, oh well, I got robbed, I'm gonna pursue it. Anybody else, watch out for these assets. Also looks like this got sent to this guy. By the way, if anybody knows if Darkwing 84 is a person, I'm trying to track him down. I'm pretty sure we can work something out. 70% of the comments were like, oh my God, it happened to me. I'm this group. I love DJ and Tunes. I love this happened to me. Oh my God. Sorry about it. What are we gonna do about it? I'm on the hunt for you, whatever it was. And then 30%, there's probably kids in here, so it was like, F you suck. What do you care, you're rich. I'm the one that took him, whatever.
I'm the one that took him, guy and gal, is very prevalent, right? Everyone's real fucking funny. Sorry, kids, on social media right now.
Well, so
Earmuffs.
you know, I've been at this a long time. I've been in entertainment 40 years, and I've seen and met all kinds. I've seen really good examples of celebrities. I've seen really bad examples of success stories. I've seen people have it and lose it. I've seen people make their own grave, like all different versions of it. I like to keep it all positive. I hate when I'm in pain, and I'm really empathetic, so when I see other people in pain, I'm like, oh, come on, let's talk it out. So when I put that out, and like 30% of the people were like, ah! I tried to hit up a couple of them like, hey man, I'm real sorry for whatever intense pain you're going through, and I hope it gets better.
What kind, do you get any responses to that?
Yeah, usually they follow up with like, all right, I'm sorry. or they're just like, love you too, dude. Like, you know,
Or 2 out of 10 double down.
we're human is the problem. We're human. And I think it's okay to continue to forgive our inherent frailty. Like, we're gonna make a lot of mistakes.
I don't think it's okay to forgive. I think it is required to forgive.
Well, and doesn't everybody want
We have
forgiveness?
that civility towards each other is out of fashion, and we must bring it back.
Interesting.
Right? Like,
Yeah,
why not? Like, can somebody please grab a mic and come up here and eloquently explain to me why there's ever a reason to be a dick face? I mean, come on. Even when somebody else is, oh, they're a dick face, so we're gonna be a dick face back? What does the matter with you? Come on.
Well, I've been into art and collectibles my whole life, and watching them turn digital seemed very organic, and the ability to trade and collect and share and, I don't know, mail in your proofs of purchases to get like a bigger Star Wars dude or whatever you're into. This is a really fun moment. So I think it's up to all of us to continue to push for stronger securities, better protections, and then to make ourselves as the community really responsible to each other. When we see each other getting screwed over, if we see each other getting hacked or scammed, I really believe in our ability to make each other feel welcome, safe, accepted in these communities that we're creating.
Seth,
There's never been a brand where you can literally, like Facebook's the closest equivalent where you're an individual expression within a larger defined collective. But Facebook is so inherently predatory and full of bad information that you can't even govern the community you're choosing to be a part of. NFT, I think, is a slightly different space because the passionate people are here on purpose because they're passionate, and you can find the other people who are passionate about the same thing you are, and you collectively can move mountains.
Yeah. Seth,
Let's make some entertainment.
you couldn't have said something that was more perfect to what I wanted to ask you. I feel like there's a lot of people here that would love to collaborate with someone like you. Give everyone an insight to people that have always had Hollywood dreams, because there's a lot of them who might see this incredible platform of creativity, NFT space, as a starting point for them, and they just might have, out of just joy and happiness, want to collaborate with their favorite artists or producers or actors. How open is the traditional creative system for the reach out, for the LinkedIn message, for the DM? You talked about seeing the best in celebrities, the worst in celebrities. For the best in celebrities, you know, one thing I noticed that happened in Web 2 was, this kind of community that was early got access to the establishment when the establishment was coming. Do you agree with me that a lot of people in this room have opportunities that they don't even realize they have, given where they're sitting right this second in the timing of this whole thing? And is the social media reach out, is the email, like, do you see a 1 out of every 95 messages actually landing? Is that something that the Hollywood machine individuals might be open to during this time?
I can tell you that nobody notices when you don't try. Nobody's sitting around in Hollywood waiting to point you out. Like, anybody that has made any success of themselves has hustled and worked and really put the time and the effort in non-stop. Whenever somebody else is like, damn, it's too much, how do you do it? I say, how do you think I got here? You have to work hard all day, every day. Take care of yourself. Don't kill yourself. This is a thing that you and I struggle with all the time, is a little bit of self-care mixed in with the constant drive.
You know, Seth, I really don't struggle with it. I'm being dead serious.
I know.
Like, I sleep
Me neither. I had like 2 hours sleep this morning.
I slept 7.
I was mixing that at 3:30.
But you love it. This is the part that people struggle with. I put in 4 minutes of effort into school from 5th grade on. 4 minutes. I didn't open a single book in high school. I'm sorry, Mom. So I understand what it's like to not put in effort to something you don't like. So when people are like, how do you do it? I'm like, easy. I love the shit out of it. You're asking because you don't love the shit out of it. And by the way, you're more impressive than me, because if I didn't love the shit out of it, I wouldn't be sitting on my couch. I wouldn't even work. I don't have it in me. I'm so binary. It's really hard to be as bad of a student as I was. Like, you have to really be like all the way there.
Really
like,
good at
it's not C's, it's F's.
Yeah, my youngest son.
And so, you know, I think it's an important call out, because I think a lot of people here are actually about to embark on the next chapter of their lives.
Oh, to that point,
Please.
I don't think it's a problem to hustle. I don't think it's a problem to put the best foot
I think
forward
it's
and try and get people's attention.
Find
What I
balance.
would say is, don't be a pest. Don't be a dick. You know what I mean? If you've got the goods and you can show it, someone wants to see it. But if you're just like, hey man, put me up because I'm here, that's never gonna get you anywhere.
It's a really important call out, everybody, because the reality is that it means you're coming with expectation and entitlement, right? I'm gonna DM Seth after this talk, and he just said it. He should do this, and that gets into entitlement.
Yeah.
The ask is there for you, but the expectation that person's gonna say yes, that's on you, not on them. And it really fucks up a lot of people. Seth, final words.
I love what's happening here. I came here because I can feel something is happening. I've always considered myself an early adopter of new technologies and anything that gets people to communicate, and especially to celebrate their shared passions. So if this is the most organic evolution of me in this space and what we're gonna make together.
Let's do 2 things. Let's really clap it up for this creative man, and let's put the trailer one more time so everybody can see it. Set free!
All right. Oh, little trailer again.
point. This is not going the way that I planned.
Hey, Gary. How are you? Good.
Look at you before. I think it's the first day. Death-driven car. Don't.
I'm just saying, that's who they part maybe tonight.
I kind of want that rose.
Don't take the rose, sweet.
Take it up right.
What? Oi!
Can I open up to you?
Of course. Don't do that to your friends.
Put that on somebody who's not being paid.
You're about one G&T away from a screaming match. Now those two are doomed.
Just have so much love together.
Quadruple whiskey. Coming right up.
Want me to rough him up? I am the only gay guy in my ballet class who can make a fist.
We need a festival. A festival for people who do not depend on anyone else.
You're never in a relationship.
Yeah, I like it that way. If I don't come in Monday, pick me up at the ICU.
You got slice or something?
Yeah, no. That's...
No, don't take it. I was just being blunt.
All right, good stuff. We'll be back in a little bit.